On. Yo.
We back. We back. We back. We back, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Vibes and Convo.
Yes, sir.
Come on in. Come on in. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of Vibes and Convo, where we champion everything, and I mean everything that's R&B. We are y'all hosts. Yes, we are y'all hosts. Starting with Mr. On Key right above me. Always on key, never off. Then I got my brother below me, Mr. Kirk Quinn, Mr. Get It In times 10 if you
Times
want to
10,
win.
baby. Let's go.
Anything less is a sin. He's incognito right now.
I'm just showing y'all the
Already.
beanbag.
Yes, sir. Beanbag on display. And I'm y'all friendly neighborhood sequel 2297. And this week, what we've all been anticipating and waiting for. I know y'all seen the promo if you've been tuned in and locked in with us. Hey, it's that time.
It is that time.
R&B Nerd Talk on Overload today, y'all.
On deck.
Yes, sir.
On deck.
Key, tell them what we got, brother.
Yo, I look. If there's paying attention when we started, I already had it up. I already had it up because I wanted y'all to see
Yeah.
what we about to get into today, man.
Yeah.
We about to get into that R&B nerd talk.
Yes, we are.
We got an album to review, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got an album to review.
Mm-hmm. Not just any
This
album.
is by the incredible Marsha
Incomparable.
Ambrosius.
Yeah.
Yes, Marsha Ambrosius.
Yeah,
Back like she never left.
you know. Psh, say that again.
Yes, sir.
Say that again. So
And not
this
only
album,
she
I'm about
back.
to pull it up right now.
And not only is she back, she's turning the R&B game on its head right now.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right.
That's what's happening. Hey, but
So I
before
put
we
it
jump,
up right there. I put it up right there on y'all.
before we jump into this, man, how y'all doing this week, man?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Can't complain, brother. Another beautiful day, man. We here talking about R&B.
Hell yeah.
Come on.
How you doing? How y'all doing out there?
Come on.
It's a wonderful time to be in the R&B realm right now. And Lord knows I need all this good music as much as I can get it right now, gearing up for these kids to go back to school, man.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my God. So all the good music I can get to keep me sane, yeah, come on with that.
Right.
Come on with it.
Come on.
Hell
Yeah, man.
in the meantime, in between time, give y'all a chance to get on in here, man. Y'all come on in, man. Before we pop this thing off, man, y'all gonna miss a lot if y'all miss any part of this.
Yeah, so as you can see, look at what we're getting into today.
Yes.
Miss Marsha Ambrosius' new album, CASABLANCO.
Yes.
It's happening.
Full project
It's
produced
happening.
by the immortal Dr. Dre.
Right.
Yes.
And it's a journey. It's a journey. So, for the people that's been here before and the people that's new, there is a few things we got to do before we get started. So, here at Vibes and Combo, we like to do what you call set the mood.
Come on.
Set the mood.
Snap.
Set the mood for ya.
I like to harmonize in there. Jump
So
in there.
so that's what we do right over here at Vibes and Combo, man. We got to set the mood with the 3 steps, right? So we need to follow. Got to follow these 3 steps. So step number 1 is find your place of comfort.
Yeah.
That can be at home. That can be in your bed. That can be on your couch. That can be in your living room.
Yeah.
That can be in your car.
Talk that
Your
roof
gazebo.
talk. Talk that roof
That could
talk.
be on the patio. That
Come
could be in the
on.
porch. That could be in your den.
Talk
That
that
could be in the
roof talk.
garage. Come on.
It could even be
And
go
for the
ahead, OG.
luxurious people,
Yeah, for the
that wanna that live that upper life,
The
yes, sir.
upper room.
they can be on the rooftop.
Up on the
Showing
roof.
off, showing off
Yeah.
on the rooftop.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean?
And on deck, like we always do, as you can see, hey, our brother guys, the luxurious beanbag on
Hey,
deck, y'all.
come on, man. Yeah, it's
He got
luxurious,
tired of
baby.
being on the clock.
All
Yeah.
He
right.
said, I'm about to get off the clock with the bean bag. I'm about to show y'all
Hell yeah.
proof
Yeah.
of the
You
bean
know,
bag.
had to get my step 1 done. You feel me? Had to get my step 1 done.
Oh man. Step number 2 is we need you to get a set of headphones, right? Because the mobile phone is cool. The computer is cool,
It is.
right? But them headphones give you the good headphones give you that good solid feel, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Um, we need you to get you a good set of headphones so you can follow us on this journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This journey is gonna be a good one today, man. And we need you to have them headphones with you on deck, right? So that's step number 2 is get your set of headphones. Step number 3.
On me.
Don't need to cover the label. Don't need to cover the label no more. I done got it down. I don't think no one needs to tell me. No one needs to give me a heads up
We're not
about the
promoting.
labeling.
We're not
We
promoting
are all the
Aquafina,
way in there. We
Casanis.
are fully legit now.
You sure that ain't boss?
You know what I'm saying?
She's
Come
sipping
on.
now.
We all the way there now.
Yeah.
All the way there.
Cheers, brother.
So step number 3 is get you your favorite beverage. We want you to put it right next to you. As such, right?
I done drunk all my juice.
Come on.
Get
Come on. Get you your get that water, get that good beverage in front of you, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want you to go nowhere. Because we got a journey
We do.
on the way. Right? And that journey is Marsha Ambrosius.
Oh, come on. I wish someone would say, can we get a round of applause for
CASABLANCO.
Marsha Ambrosius? Marsha Ambrosius, people. Marsha Ambrosius. Marsha Ambrosius. Marsha
Come
Ambrosius.
on. We're going.
This is going to be an exciting episode. You know what I mean? Not every day that we talk about legendary talent like Marsha. Well, we do talk about legendary talent every day, but not her. How about that?
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Because she is special.
Marsha Ambrosius came in the game in a group.
Okay.
Very unique, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Flowetry. Those that don't remember, you know,
Right.
we
Butterfly.
thought that we had mentioned that because it's very important to know where this artist, you know, then came from.
The journey.
Flowetry, man. Flowetry came in the game, what, 02, 03?
Yeah. I remember.
Flow assist. All
All
right.
right. Soul Sister. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That the Philly video.
Yeah, it was
Let me
like
give it to
that Philly
y'all like
movement,
y'all
man.
did
Crazy.
before.
Soul Child and who was it? Kendrick, the Soul Family,
Yeah. Kendrick
you know
Family
what I mean?
Soul.
That Philly movement was strong. Jill Scott,
Just Jelly
you
from
know.
for sure.
So definitely. Give me 1 second.
Hey, I hear you, son. I hear you, man. It's so hot. I'm burning up. Yeah, so absolutely. Talking about the not so humble beginnings of Miss Marsha Ambrosius. Um, I actually was having this conversation earlier today where sometimes artists are so iconic, you know their music more than you know them. And, us being R&B heads, we think everybody know everything. But I was having this conversation with my brother earlier today. He's like, Marsha Ambrosius, like, who is that? And I said, who is that? Okay. let me take you back to Butterflies. How many people remember Butterflies? By the iconic Michael Jackson. A lot of people should know, but if you don't know, that this is a song that was written by Miss Marsha Ambrosius. This is like one of her, like I said, not so humble beginning. She came out the gate chopping heads off.
I'm
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
y'all. I'm okay, y'all.
You good?
Okay.
Make sure you're back, baby.
Everything intact. If you hear it again, if you happen to hear it again, you know that we really live.
I think
And
I think the Floetry thing, just to touch on Floetry, I
mhm,
think they were like, in my opinion, stylistically,
mhm.
they were the answer, or they were a part of that trying to fill the Lauryn Hill void.
Right. Right.
Lauryn Hill was the archetype at this time in hip hop of the true soul singer
Mm-hmm.
that was a true MC.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we talk about neo soul in a mix, but neo soul is a mixture of hip hop and soul music, right?
Yes. Yes, it
And
is.
but I don't know if we ever put Lauryn Hill specifically in that. Like we don't label her that,
Mm-hmm.
but she was definitely that. And I think Marsha Ambrosius comes from the need to fill the void that was left by that one album by Lauryn Hill. So we
Yes.
heard the neo soul and the hip hop or the poetry and floetry.
Yes, indeed.
See what I did there?
I do. I do see what you did there.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Um, but yeah, we see y'all. What up? What up, y'all?
Yo,
Shout out YouTube. Shout out YouTube. Shout out Twitch, man. We see y'all in here, man. Are you guys ready to follow us on this journey? Because we got some things to unveil about this album right here, man.
yeah.
It's a lot to unveil, actually. You know what I mean?
Casablanco,
Yeah, Casablanca.
Casablanco.
So this is like what her last LP,
Mm-hmm.
and let me see, because her last LP was
Let's see if I can pull up some stuff too while we looking.
yeah, because Marsha's last LP, 2014, Friends and Lovers.
What was on there?
Friends and Lovers. So Good, Nighttime. Was this on Aftermath too? I think this was before the Aftermath situation, but yeah. Um, Friends and Lovers, I remember when this dropped. Um, it was interesting because it was the first time like she dropped kind of like back to back without the large, because she's another one that kind of takes a lot of time off before she drops. Kind of like Brandy, and
That's been 10 years.
kind of like Brandy, and usually how Jasmine Sullivan does. They just kind of take a minute to.
Yeah, but this is 10 years. This is you said 2014.
Yeah.
Now we might be missing a mixtape because I think she might have. Matter of fact, not even I think. I'm sure she dropped a mixtape on Aftermath,
Well, there's another project
but
called Nyla.
it could have been way earlier though.
There's another project called Nyla that was in 2018.
Really? Okay.
That sounds more right because, that'll put her like 6 years apart. But this Casablanca they worked on during the pandemic, right? And
Oh,
they got into some stuff. Let's get into it though.
how long we been waiting for this? Let's talk about the drama.
Come on,
We got to get into the drama regarding the
go.
album for Lil Mama. No
Come on.
disrespect, this is OG, but just
on.
alliteration.
Let's start with track number 1, man.
Yeah.
Let's start from the jump.
I want all the smoke.
I mean,
I want all the
look,
smoke.
I had to draw up the notes. For this project, man. Like, it's so much to unveil. So, Smoke.
Okay. Let's talk
So
about it.
I'll give my take on the first First track. Smoke. The intro of the song had us going in like almost like a throwback type of jazz feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then the moment, like I noticed the KRS One sample to the hip hop classic. MCs act like they don't know.
Is that what that is?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
MCs act like they don't know. Yeah. We hip hop heads over here too. You know. I thought that was dope. And it followed up by like Dr. Dre's heavy drums behind it. Like I could tell that Dre has something to do with that production.
Yeah, you could tell it's
Um,
the DJ Quick, Dr. Dre.
yeah. I also love the beat switch up in the middle. The beat switch up in the middle was crazy to me. This was, I thought this was a perfect song to start off the album, just because I think it set the tone for um, the journey of this project,
Yeah,
because it's definitely a concept project and uh, a music nerd project, right? We kind of talked
absolutely.
about that before we hopped on the airs, and it's more like a music nerd type of project. So this kind of opened the ears for that. Like
Yeah,
it
it's
starts off crazy.
not a casual listen at all.
Yeah,
In the best way ever. Uh,
right.
for good music, for great music, at least you know how my memory brings it back to me from childhood. Things were so sparkly, so nice, so new that you wanted to go and listen to something over and over. You wanted to learn the lyrics. You wanted to open up the book and look at where it was recorded if you were quote unquote self-respecting music nerd.
Right.
Okay. And this automatically hit me in the feels.
Mm,
I said, oh, okay. We got this the concept. We got the concept of the album. First of all, the album name is Casablanco.
right.
Makes me think of the movie Casablanca.
Okay.
Okay, there's a movie back in before we were born or whatever, Casablanca, and it was basically in the 1920s, 30s. It's a movie from classic Hollywood. So when I'm looking at her style, I'm listening to the period piece of the music and we start hearing these samples. They do a really really good job, in the song Smoke is a great example of mashing that gang. It's like you mashing like gangster rap
Yeah.
samples, right?
Yeah.
But you know what it did for me, what it opened up the door for me?
What's
There's
that?
no such thing as gangster rap without R&B.
Uh oh. Uh oh. What you saying?
I'm not gonna sit too much on it because it's throughout the whole album, but there
Right.
is a theme of using popular samples that we've heard rappers, prominent rappers, rap off of, to the point where we associate
Mm,
these sounds with hip hop,
mm,
not really paying homage that the samples that they're using 9 times out of 10 are soul samples, are R&B.
mm.
So
That's interesting, and
Casablanco's,
that is true though.
yeah,
That is
this
true.
right,
What y'all think in the chat, man?
yeah,
What y'all
man,
think? You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Have
You
y'all
know,
listened to this yet? If you haven't, you missing out. If you haven't heard Casablanco while we're going through, I suggest even play it on the background,
right.
play it on the side, grab a bar of this so you can.
Timo said it's a Clifford Brown sample.
Clifford Brown.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was used by Mona Lisa featuring the Lost Boys. Can't be waiting my. Oh.
Mona.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is. Ooh,
Jeez. Come on.
we might have to play a game and name that sample.
Right. Because
Could
I
it?
mean, this whole project, this whole dialogue, man.
Yeah, and it's cool because we see Gangsta Marsha. We see Marsha on some not gangster, but look, she grown, and with a
Yeah.
certain there's levels of grownness, right?
Right.
And when you get to the like high key top tier grown, where you don't care what you say, but you
Right.
also spitting wisdom,
Right.
That's where she is right now.
Let's get
She
into
want all the
track number
smoke.
2. I'll let you introduce track number 2, Quinn, and give me your take on track number 2.
Boom. Okay. Ooh, Tunisian Nights. Now, um, I could be wrong. I need my people to fact check me on this. But I was talking to my wife and she said this actually comes from, it's a play on words. There's a jazz song called Nights in Tunisia. Bet you ain't. But I'm going to Google it because I'm kind of running with information that I didn't research enough. But from what I understand, this is a sample from a song called Nights in Tunisia. Now, this song is actually, to me, I say the first 5 songs, there's a theme. These are, to me, these are some of the strongest songs. And I was having a hard time figuring out if Smoke was my favorite song, Tunisian Nights, and the next record. So between those 3, I was kind of stuck on a loop. I like this one. I want to say this song has the sample from Jay-Z.
Which song?
Cough Up a Lung one from Marcy's son. I think so. Let me go back.
Come on.
But yeah, let me research this. You give your take because I wanna jump into the, come on, man. Timbo's in here. Dizzy Gillespie. Nights into Thank you.
Come
Thank you,
on.
Timbo Slice, for my fact checking. Thank you,
Come on.
CD, because my girl, she grabbed it first. And she
Come
told me
on.
this was in the car. She's like, yo, this is Nights in Tunisia. I'm like, what?
I'll give my take on it. I love the horns and the orchestra at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I love the piano keys along with. Okay, here we go. I thought of Nas, halftime, right? Sample. Now, when I heard it, that's what I heard, right? But I know he sampled it from somebody else, right? Um, um, the backgrounds going into the first verse was stupid nuts. We on that R&B nerd talk. When you talk to Marsha Ambrosius and you talk about Marsha Ambrosius, we got to talk about her background singing. You know what I'm saying? There you go. All Night Long by Mary J. Right, right. When we talk about it, we got to talk about her background singing is incredible. You know what I mean? Like the way she stacks her vocals, and in this song, um, she there was parts in there that I kept rewinding. It was hard for me to get through this song without. I kept rewinding and fast forward and rewinding and fast forward just to get to the special parts because in my mind I'm like, how does her brain move this way? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy to me.
This
But yeah, she was definitely in her jazz bag with
Some
the
call it
scatting
love.
in the middle of the song. She did the scat in the middle. I don't even want to. I don't even look. I don't even want to try to do it. I don't even want to try to do it. Incredible, incredible. I like this record. I like this record. I feel like she was. I don't even want to say experimental. I just want to say she was extreme from the production to the lyrics to the concept of the project in general. But
It sounds
you know,
expensive.
yeah. Oh, I like that.
By the
I
time
like
I
that.
got here, just the second song, I
Right.
said, because my brain is like, dang, they using all these. I'm hearing all these references.
Right.
Right, I'm hearing all these dope references. It sounds like the hip hop producer's dream come true. Like usually they'll use a sample, right?
Right.
Well, for everyone who does not know, Marsha is the sample.
Right.
Dr. Dre got a live, living and breathing, walking sample to do a record, to do an album with.
Yo.
So I mean,
Now that you said that
uh,
way. Yeah.
yeah, dude. And again, just to bring back to the theme of the 1920s, the Casablanco, the name of the album. When you hear that, da 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 da,
Yeah.
that right there sounds like some old movie stuff. Just that melody,
Right.
and then she start layering it and putting
It's
harmonies and
so many layers
staggering
in
and
here, man. There's
with
so
the
many layers.
and I say
And
Jay
you gotta
Z.
allow your ears to um adjust as the album is going on. It takes more than one listen, honestly.
Yeah,
And that's just I feel like it takes more than one listen for any album, but
this for sure.
this one just has a lot of things in it that make you want to go back and listen, you know, to catch.
Yeah,
Let's move on to track number 3.
let's go.
I couldn't wait to get to this song. You hear me? I couldn't wait to get to this song. Quinn, I couldn't wait to get to this song. One Night Stand. Track number 3. Let me start this off, man.
Get to it. Get
It's
to
one of
it.
my favorite songs on this album.
Bum, ba-dun,
Hands
dun,
down.
dun, dun. Ba-da-da-da.
This really reminds me of early Marsha. Like the first debut solo album, Late Night, Early Mornings.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Man, with the beautiful key changes. I also noticed the opera arrangements she had in the middle. And I really love the arrangements, man. Like, I really like her arrangements. I've always loved her arrangements, but like in this song, it reminded me of that first album that's so classic to me. You know what I mean? Man, One Night Stand, man. Super dope. I see why it was a single. I see why it was a single. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's as soon as you hear it, you go, "Yep, that's Marsha. Here we go." You know what I'm saying? Fire record, fire record. Definitely one of my
So
favorites.
just to look up, because I'm playing a who sampled it game right now in my
Mm-hmm.
head.
Mm-hmm.
So she sampled the first thing that jumped out of my mind when I heard this was the Mary Jane girls. All night long.
Right,
Da, 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 da. She
right,
basically, so again, this is an example of me, cha-ching, expensive. Yo, you using
right,
classic joints and flipping it on their head. And she's basically doing it. I won't say she's doing it better because that sounds disrespectful.
right,
But if I was an artist and somebody wanted to use my work and flip it, right, and I heard it and it sounded
right,
this good, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Patrice Rush, yeah. I was looking at that too. I'm not familiar with Patrice Russians all the way, but that Mary Jane girls thing jumped, smacked me in the face.
Come
Dope
on.
record. Again, probably my favorite record, because if you get into the R&B nerd talk of the way she layered her harmonies and how they kept repeating without repeating.
Right.
At the end, she's repeating the phrase one night. Or with her, she's doing her melody,
Yeah.
and it keeps changing like 3-4 times. The whole arrangement is flipping, and it was
As I said,
like that was enough.
the way her brain moved, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Super crazy.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of them songs on this project. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's
Let me
go.
see.
Track number 4.
Okay. Cloudy with a Chance of Real.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna give you my take. Let's see. It had like, okay, so this record, it's not really one of my favorites on here, to be honest. But it had like a stage play type of sound. You notice that?
Yeah.
For the first half.
Feel like you was watching Hamilton.
Yeah. because all the tracks got this whole thing where it almost give you three different feels, almost like it's um three different ideas in one song. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. I think that was part of the concept of the project. Um, but there was the stage play for the first half. Then the second half, the drums switched into like a hip hop style.
Turns into a whole nother song.
Yeah, like, and then went back to the R&B at the end, which felt like three different songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, I felt like this song was her being very experimental,
Okay.
right? The project is on that, right?
Okay.
But I felt like this one was I felt like I couldn't hear the song,
Ah.
right? Like that's the best way to describe it. Like I felt like I couldn't hear the song. I felt like I heard your idea, but I couldn't hear the song. So that would be my take.
To me,
Cloudy with a chance of real.
what you're because she's married to the theme.
Yeah.
To me, it don't sound super experimental. It kind of falls in line
Mm-hmm.
because from the first track I was hearing that 1920s, 19, everything is colored with that.
Right.
So you start getting into things that sound like kind of like Cab Calloway.
Mm.
You start running into things that sound like the big band
Right.
sound of the roaring whatevers. I want to say the 20s, 30s, but look, I'm not a historian, y'all. I just know it's that. I know it's a certain era
Right.
that she's going for. But I feel like she did a great job. But like we said before, if you're not a detailed listener, I know I've cut off great songs because I missed the intro because the intro missed me. It was like
Right.
there's a song, classic song by Eric Roberson, Two People. I would think I was with you, Key. We were mobbed in the Neo Soul Tuesdays down in San Diego, and DJ Heck was playing song Two People, and
Right.
I had the album. Eric Roberson signed it and everything. I ran into him. He signed it, gave me the album, listened to it, and I always skip this record. I went to Neo Soul Tuesdays in the club, and they were playing it, and I was like, "What is that?"
Right.
It's the song I skip.
Right.
This, if you miss it, you could miss it, but you gotta let it play because to me, after you get out to the intro, it get busy, and then it got that crazy sample as
Right.
a theme for LA's team. Y'all might not know the name of the sample, but if you listen to um what's his name, French Montana had a song that actually sampled off of that high horn sample. The
Mm.
whole beat was that. So when I heard Marsha do it, it was like, again,
Yeah.
pieces to an idea.
Yeah. Sequel said, okay, she blends a Heath Brothers sample with Smiling Billy
Sweet
Sweet
too.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Okay. With Paul Simon's 50s Ways to Leave Your Lover with Isaac Hayes Walk On
Walk on
By.
by.
Right.
It's expensive, G.
Yeah.
A lot of writers.
With the Thomas Bell Orchestra with a theme for LA's team.
That's that horn
Top
I'm
billing
talking
by
about.
Audio 2. Dre and Marsha are mad scientists. Yeah, buddy. Like I said, this is that type of album. Like you gotta really be you gotta be a music nerd for real
Yeah.
to be able to digest it and appreciate it in a different way.
I
You know
wish
what
we could
I'm saying?
ask her what she thought about what the name Cloudy with a Chance of Real, because it made me
Yeah.
think of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. But on to the next record.
Come on.
Let's
All
see.
right, Greedy.
You got it. Kick it
This
off.
probably be like my second favorite,
Okay.
right? Um, this is the best intro. This song got the best intro on the album to me. Um, one of the better vocal performances on the album too. All right. Especially going into the second verse. I kept playing it over and over, dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I don't know how Marsha and Roche's brain work, man.
Yeah.
Her vocal arrangements are insane.
Mm,
Um it's a definite standout on the album. And that's all I need. That's all I need to say about that song like that. It is definitely a standout.
she's so clever.
Like
Ah,
like 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 yeah, if I'm in the studio, I'm telling the engineer you gotta turn that down, bro. Cause this like what is y'all doing? What y'all doing in here? You know what I mean? Like
okay.
that's what it did for me.
There's a secret to this album that people might not know.
What's that?
That even though it says what, how many songs? 10, 11? How many songs on here?
10.
It's actually double that. It's actually a 20-song project. I tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of these songs
Mm-hmm.
flip.
Yeah, they do.
If they flip, they give you like a side A and a side B of the same record. They give you
Yeah.
a hip hop version of it. They give you a soul version of it. And they might do some other stuff in there just to mess with your ears.
Right.
This is two different records. The first verse, who you was thinking, dog?
Mm-hmm.
See, I like gangsta bars. That talk your art
Right. Right.
and start that.
Right.
I like every
All right,
song.
while we get
Yeah.
Kurt's reception back, right? Um yeah. I think what he was trying to say is like um this 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 album
Hmm.
with all the samples and everything on it. Oh, there we go. Quinn back. Quinn back. See you, sir. Working. You making your way back.
Let's go.
Yep. Um, I think what to sum a little bit this up is like the samples on this project is crazy. Um, it took a while for them to clear all of these samples too. And I think that's what took the album a minute to come out. Timbo said Lords of the Underground used that sample. Said she sampled Spotty by Outkast. Oh, she just showing off T to this point. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Carries
I'm
the whole
sounding.
theme for the project. Like I think,
Mic check. I'm back.
samples. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You are back.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, man. I'm loving. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I'm loving this.
Even with us
Yeah.
doing, even with us listening to this project, because I listened to this for a week after I
Mm-hmm.
listened to it when it first came out, just to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
And because the songs are so busy, when we go into the next song, I still got to go back and listen to how it starts to be like, oh yeah, that just crazy.
Right.
Because again, like I said, I was stuck between 2 and 3 as my favorite records, but Greedy is kind of crazy.
Greedy is kind of crazy.
So yeah.
All right. Track number 6. Self-care / wrong right.
2 songs.
Yeah, definitely 2 songs. Featuring Christopher Anderson. Is it Bazol or Basil? Questionable right there how to pronounce my man's name. Um the production on Self-Care was interesting to hear. Cuz I feel like Dr. Dre and and Marsha's chemistry. I feel like I heard Dr. Dre and Marsha Ambrosius chemistry for the first time on that Self Care record, right? Um, when it flipped to Wrong Right, I felt like it was a super R&B song.
Yeah.
By the content, she literally had um Christopher up there. Hey, my man was singing for his life on this record.
Please don't go.
matching her, man. Like, and it was a heartfelt record. Like, and like the way this album was going, I didn't know if we were gonna get a heartfelt record. But Wrong Right was that heartfelt record, man. And I think it was nuts. I think it was nuts. I love the production on both tracks.
Yeah.
And man, it's fighting. It's fighting with Greedy.
It gives me
It's fighting. They fighting with Greedy for sure. As far as the second favorite, yeah.
Alicia Keys, Your Secret.
Yes.
You remember how strong, how powerful the male part was on there?
Yeah.
How of a standout piece that was. This gives me a similar effect. You know what I'm saying? When I hear my man singing "Please Don't Go," I think I called Timbo. I think either I was talking to you or Timbo, and I was like, "Yo, I can't get past this record."
He was. Yeah. Y'all gotta listen to this album, man. Y'all gotta listen to this album. Like, it's so many layers of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is definitely a music nerd album, man. This is for that.
I think.
This is for that.
If you're a singer, you're gonna like it because Marsha is crazy and what she does vocally. Lead and backgrounds are actually two completely different things.
Right.
Lead wise, she loose, she free, she do whenever notes be coming and it sound good, but she's free. She's not like in a box.
Right.
But for her background vocals, you can't be that free. You have to have formula.
Right.
To blend. And she shows you that she's both technical and free in the same record and at the same time.
Right. Wait, Timo said something in the comments. Let's see. Says she samples Too High by Stevie Wonder. And that is on Self Care or Wrong Right. I'm not sure which one it is because I know it's 2 tracks.
Another episode of Name That Sample.
Come on. All right. Wet.
All right. Ooh, okay.
Let me see. Okay. Very intimate lyrics for the second song in a row. It is definitely a continuation of Self Care / Wrong Right. The background vocals was so unorthodox. It's not too much to judge on this track because like the half of it is instrumental.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. But yeah, like I felt like it matched the energy of the track before. I felt like she was still in that same bag, which I thought is excellent because the way they lined up the songs on the project just made sense too. You know what I mean? You know what I did? I took the titles and I was like trying to switch the titles around. I'm like, is she trying to like write a whole? I started getting like as creative as she was. Like I was trying to match it. I'm like, I'm probably doing too much, but yeah. It was crazy. But like by the time I got to this song, I was like, wait, let me read these titles again. Like, is you just you know what I mean? Is you getting me like that? But yeah.
It's slick enough that I could play it in the car with the kids. It's slick enough that is she doing so much? Again, you got to be a detailed listener. These kids ain't detailed listeners. They just listening to it like, yo, this sound like Method. This a Wu-Tang song. I'm like, yeah,
right.
it kind of
Right.
is, but it's not.
Right.
On another episode of Name That Sample by Vibes and Convo, we bring to you Subject A, Wet by Marsha Ambrosius. Now, on this particular record, we have a few samples. Number one, Method Man. We'll take METHOD Man.
Come on.
Right? So we got that. And then in this Frankenstein of an R&B record where you mixing and mashing and you high creativity, we got Minnie Riperton. She shows up in here. The Inside My Love joint.
Right.
You feel inside me. Do you want to ride?
Yeah.
High notes. She went crazy.
Right.
And then you got the In the Rain by the Dramatics. Now, this, again, being a high hip-hop influenced / R&B influence, because hip-hop is influenced by R&B first. You got the sample In the Rain. You know I want you back. Who do we hear do that? Who is notable that we heard do that? I think it was a Jay-Z record. Right?
Okay.
So that's three. So on the slick, you got 3 samples that have been used in some instances, like the In the Rain by the Dramatics. That's obviously that's a sample, but the first thing I think of is Jay-Z. So it's like 4 samples.
Right.
You feel me? Great job.
Right.
Great job, guys. Great. Dre is going crazy. They're going crazy with this, yo.
Dre was in his bag.
There he is. Timbo Slice. Twice as nice.
Sorry, y'all. Some technical difficulty on my side, but we all straight down back, y'all.
Come on,
100.
baby.
Hey, listen. Hey, y'all got it right, man. Hey, Wu-Tang's Method Man, the delivery,
name that sample
off the rip. And you hit it on the nail with that In the Rain reference, man, by the Dramatics, bro.
Yeah.
Man, and that Inside My Love by Minnie Riperton. Hey. The way they blended all 3 of them things, like nobody would have thought to do that.
That's hip hop.
Nobody would have thought. Definitely. That's where you see Dre's influence shining through.
Right.
Shining through. Mad scientist, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're going to be teaching classes about Dre years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely different.
Definitely
different.
He got a chance to sample somebody who's a walking sample.
Crazy. Marsha, man. Like the sky's the limit, man.
Most definitely.
Sky's the limit with her.
Just don't take 10 years for your next one, Marsha, or however long.
Heck no. She can't now.
Can you give us something next year? I know we're not done with this, but I know you're going to, Marsha, I know you're watching.
I'm greedy. I want something by Christmas.
Hold on. Can I?
Dang. He's like, look.
I'm greedy.
Can I talk to Marsha real quick? Can we talk here real quick? Listen,
come here, Marsha. Come here.
Talk to Marsha.
Come here.
Hey, listen, Miss Ambrosius. Huge fan. Love your work. Listen, we need something by Christmas.
We love you,
okay. Dang, Christmas is crazy.
Listen, hey, what better gift? What better gift for Christmas?
Raise it up.
Dang, y'all putting her on a clock.
Listen, beautiful. Listen. Yeah. What we got to do? Listen, beautiful. We love what you're doing
that
so much.
It's gonna work with Marsha.
It's gonna work, fellas. It's gonna work.
But what she would do with that pen, I don't know. I just feel like
I know you got to clear. I know you're working with big money, so your albums are expensive. So maybe not by Christmas. Maybe that's a little bit too overzealous. But by February,
I just pray she don't see this as an issue out no diss track.
Nah, too.
Yeah, because
she potent that pen, man.
Yeah, because like when we get into this next record, there's another reason why I think that smooth.
Come on.
talking
Uh-huh.
pickup game lines is
Talk
not
that.
gonna work with
Nah,
Marsha and bro.
yeah, I know, right? I know what's
Can I
coming
can I
next.
can I start this one, man?
Do you think?
Yes.
Do you
Let me
think?
start this one, bro. Okay.
Yeah, Marsha.
First off, let's start with the name. Thrill Her.
Hmm.
You already know it's a play on
Crazy.
Thriller. Michael Jackson. She's
Right.
setting you up for
Right.
the title all the way.
Right.
She starts off sampling using In a Sentimental Mood by Duke Ellington and John Coltrane,
Come on,
Mm.
Dookie. Come on.
mixed with Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson
Mm-hmm.
Name that sample.
and Cream by Wu-Tang Clan. She flawlessly flows in and out of cadences while weaving an interesting story together, man.
Hmm.
It's nothing else to describe this song but brilliant.
It is.
Just brilliant.
Like this is when like yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, Timbo. I agree. Like it I just had it too. It's she got creative, not overly creative, but her creative thoughts that she had, she pieced it all in one song.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I now I okay. Yeah, now somebody in the studio session gotta be like, all right, enough's enough. Enough's enough.
Like
Right? Because like she did a lot. Look, I like how she played with that
she swagged
classic
it.
Smooth Criminal.
She
Yeah.
swagged it.
Like
She
like like I
swagged
like
it.
the way she
She swagged the
um
hell out that bad boy.
yeah, she reminds you of how dope Smooth Criminal is.
Yeah, we have.
That part.
I got a story to tell about that. That's
You know
gonna
what I
take
mean?
35 seconds.
And
Got a 35-second story for you on that.
and like the storytelling, right? The concept of like
Yeah.
of her like cheating boyfriend and
Mhm.
like how she described the key opening from the door. Like she got in detail.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like and
Writing movies.
while she was singing it, I can picture it,
Yeah.
which was messing me up. I was like, I'm supposed to be picturing what you said lyrically
Yeah.
right now. It's crazy.
And then the plot twist
Yes.
towards the end.
Right.
Yeah.
She 35-second story real quick. So listening to this song Thrill Her in the car with the kids on the way to football practice.
Oh no.
Yeah. They can't listen, they don't pay attention to details.
Thank God.
Thank you, Jesus.
You think they don't.
I turned to
Just like a play.
hey, yeah. Come on, I hope not. Look, so we're listening to it.
Disclaimer, quick disclaimer. This music is not for kids.
It is not for kids.
It's
I'm gonna
not
tell you
for
straight up. But my kids don't pay enough attention to lyrics, which is not good, but at least good in this sense. We're listening to the project and we're listening to Thrill Her, and the kids, it comes on the radio thing, Thrill Her, and they're like, "Is this Thriller?" I'm like, "Nah, this ain't Thriller." But it also made me realize how slick she was. She named it Thrill Her like it was a reference on Thriller, but it was just a Michael Jackson reference on Smooth Criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, yeah, right.
Right.
Which made us go listen to Smooth Criminal. That's it. Story
Right.
over.
Hell yeah.
Like it's not even on the Thriller album. It's a Smooth Criminal album.
Yeah,
I know.
but again, her wheels were spinning. I love it. She was
Right.
in a whole world.
The
Definitely.
Thriller just threw you off. Like,
Yeah.
okay, it's Mike.
Well, man,
Set up.
But
the throw off.
it's multiple things of Mike. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Homie came in
Super
with
dope.
the
She's alley-ooping to herself.
right.
Super dope, man. Like this
Definitely.
this is one. I feel like this is the type of album that like I said, if you're not a music nerd, you're not gonna appreciate it the same way. You're gonna be like, I just feel like I like her early stuff. Right. We all love the early stuff.
That's how we got here. She was
We
early.
all love Flowetry.
Yeah.
We all love that's how we got Marsha Ambrosius, right?
Definitely.
But this is like I feel like this is her album where she got to explore her alienness to the full T.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Production all the way up. You know what I'm saying? from the pen to the arrangements to the concepts is crazy.
This is what it sounds like when Dr. Dre gives you the keys to the studio. Just
He can't do that no more.
do what you want.
We're
You
gonna
got
have to talk to Dr. Dre too. Like you can't do
got it.
You
that
got
with
to
her,
change
man.
the sir.
You knew what you was doing giving her that. You knew
Hey,
what you was doing giving that.
hey,
Yeah.
Dre, what do you think about Wu-Tang? I love them.
Uh-huh.
Great.
You
Got an
can't
idea.
do that with the special ones.
Can't.
She's definitely a special one.
What if we
Yes.
mix Dr. Dre, Method Man, Duke Ellington, Minnie Repton? Oh, you gotta do some Thomas Bell. Hey,
Oh, I
I
forgot
love
one.
it.
Let me do this.
Let's go to the
I
next one,
think I
man.
skipped the song.
The
Yes,
greatest.
you did.
The greatest, right?
The greatest is next.
All right, let me edit that. But yeah, the
Mhm.
greatest was interesting. Who want to start that one off?
Go on, Timbo. We need to hear your voice.
Appreciate you,
Bite-sized.
fam. Appreciate you. Hey, the greatest actually strikes a chord with me because I actually grew up watching this TV shows real prevalent like in the 80s, like early 80s, I can remember, but actually started in the 70s. This is back when black and white TV was still a thing. I still remember watching black and white TV. That's how old I am. But my grandma, it was her favorite show. It always came on in the afternoons when I came home from school, waiting for my mom to get off work at my grandma's house. She was always watching this TV show called Perry Mason. And Perry
It's
Mason was about this really powerhouse lawyers, probably one of the beginnings of lawyer TV shows.
like
It was
the
very popular
precursor
at
of
the time.
Matlock.
Yeah. But she sampled technically that soundtrack was a sample off the Park Avenue beat by Fred Steiner, which I grew up listening to, like I said, watching Perry Mason. So that mixed with Nas's "The World Is Yours," it's something I like that combination. It makes the whole song sound large and expensive.
It's so
It
expensive.
really, really does. It's so grandiose. Sonically, it's like, oh my god, it's almost godly in the sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very huge on production on this one, and she belts it out as if she's screaming to the heavens.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I can't remember if this was the first song I heard.
Hmm.
I know it was one of the first few songs I heard from the project before the project came out.
Yeah,
And I just thought like when I heard it, I felt like it was extreme. You know, extreme on the good side. Like it
yeah,
was just like, see, man, like this is why you can't give the keys to someone
uh,
like this special, like because you get this,
yeah,
where it's like only a level A brain of
yeah,
music is gonna be like,
yeah,
I grab in all of this and I understand what you're doing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's what it reminded me of when I heard this. And then
yeah,
when I heard it on the album
yeah,
around all of these other songs,
yeah.
I
Makes
said,
sense.
I now I know why you think Casablanca is bigger than just the album.
I
Right.
know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
now I know why she see it like that.
yeah,
Because hearing all of these songs, it's like, dude, what is going on?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, like I already said, somebody came in the session and said, "What y'all doing?"
It's
Perry
almost
Mason.
opera like.
It is. There
Like
you
the
go.
whole setting of it all, like the different changes, the dramatics, like through and through, it's almost like set up like one huge opera.
I
Right.
know so my mother-in-law watches Perry Mason and she watched it. My kids
Yeah,
caught it. Like again, my kids catching all the references.
yeah.
They're like, hey, that's Perry Mason. I'm like, what do your little 9-year-old butt know about Perry Mason?
Mm.
So we used to watch this with Nana all the time. Wait a minute, this sounds different. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yep,
Yeah, it sounds like it belongs on somebody's movie soundtrack.
yeah,
definitely. And
You
who
know what
would
I
have
mean?
thought to do a song off Perry Mason? Like, come on, man.
Marsha did. Dr.
Definitely.
Dre did.
That's what I'm saying, man.
The greatest love of all. It's hard.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
I really thought The Great Gatsby, like visually, if I thought about it, how it looked in my mind's eye, it was like The Great Gatsby,
Definitely that sample was used.
And also I was thinking of Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know about Carmen? Beyonce did a remake to it in the 90s, the hip
Yeah,
hopper.
the
Sure
MTV.
did. You're
Yeah,
right. She
So
sure
I'm
did.
so anyway, I'm not saying this has anything to do with that, but the feeling it gave me, it made me
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
watching, a theater play. I'm watching Carmen or something.
yeah,
Fact.
yeah. She definitely was in that bag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But definitely one of my favorites on the album.
Gotcha.
Personally.
Mm.
One
The
of my personal
greatest,
favorites.
one of the greatest songs on the album. There you
Definitely.
go.
Best I
Okay.
could find. Let me get into this, man, because
Come on with it.
this song, this
I know.
I by the time I got to the third time I listened to the project, this song to me got better.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna tell you, the first time I got to this part of the album, I was like, it was so much to take in, and I'm like, dang, I kind of want to go back to that other song. That other song when she did that other part, I want to go back to that. Like I was doing that, like doing a whole lot of like grabbing pieces of songs and rewinding it and just
Backtracking.
enjoying it that way instead of just hearing it as the body.
Yeah.
But when you play it as the body,
Yeah.
this song, best I can find, real deep concept.
Definitely.
I love the angle that she took on this one, man. Like the storytelling about being in a relationship that has a heavy has heavy up and downs, but
Yeah.
the feeling is like the best thing for you at the end of the day.
Yep.
Is what I grabbed from what she was saying in that story, man. And like once again, like I talked a lot about her arrangements and how her brain moves when it comes to the musicianship part of herself. Like, cause she's a musician. She plays the keys. She plays instruments. So, but we got to talk about her pen too.
Come on with it.
Like this, like,
Come on with it.
like, it's the first time I heard, and it's also the first time I heard acoustic guitar become the lead
Yeah.
on this project.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything was moved else by piano,
Yeah.
samples,
Mm-hmm.
heavy drums, horn sections. You know, we heard a little bit of orchestra, but this is the first time we heard the acoustic guitar become the lead, man.
Because
And
it's a sample. Namely,
I
it's a
don't
sample.
care. Hey, it was the lead.
But I'm
You know what I'm
saying,
saying?
I'm not
Yeah,
mad at it.
yeah.
I'm not mad at it at all. But if you haven't heard, I say, hey, listen to Stevie Wonder,
Hmm.
Come
Inner
on.
Visions album,
There you go.
Visions.
Yes.
I remember this because I'm a big Stevie Wonder fan, and I had this little era when I was going through like songs in the key of life, Inner Visions. I just, I think when Gangsta's Paradise came out, I always go back to my kids. We were listening to Coolio, which brought us to Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to, trying to be the hip dad. Let me put y'all on some Stevie. And we went through
Yeah.
this whole album. And as soon as I heard this, I said, oh, she sampled I couldn't tell if she was sampling or if she did a remake. And I realized she just sampled the production and flipped a whole nother joint on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Sticking to the theme. But honestly, what kind of self-respecting R&B superstar, legend, GOAT, however you want to deem thyself, if you're gonna sample all these good records and not sample Stevie, it would have been a shame. It would have black mark to the album. So I'm glad you did this.
Definitely.
Because even with that, this is the one record that sounds like a Floetry record to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I feel you. I
That's
feel you.
that's my time.
Hell yeah.
You got it, Timbo.
Hey, shameless plug to the three kings of that we regard as TGT.
Come on.
It's also a sample that was famously used by Genuine on his debut album for the song Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, he used the same Stevie Wonder Vision sample. Just
Okay.
sped it up a little bit, but
Right.
yeah, just to tie it in how repetitive great R&B gets used all the time.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
most definitely.
So, yeah.
But
Please
I
forgive
loved her
me
rendition on. I
for what
loved her
I've
rendition on
done. I'm
Stevie Wonder's "Vision."
sorry.
It definitely
Yeah,
flipped it on his head.
that's true.
He definitely turned it into a whole different perspective from
Yeah,
the delivery on to the sample itself. Like it's a whole nother song now
it's been another episode of Name That Sample by Vibes and Convo.
already, baby.
Come on. Come
Oh
on.
man.
All right,
That's
Uh
incredible, man.
what we
yes.
doing?
Best I could find. And for the last track on the album,
Okay,
dope.
okay.
Please allow me to do my due diligence on this
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yes,
Music
I'm just
of
going to say
My
yes.
Mind.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part where she really just puts it all out there. She really lets you into her musical mind. What molded her, what shaped her, what influenced her throughout the years, from music to entertainment, everything. Everything that's Marsha, she put into this album, from the references to the songs, the name drops, the names that she drops all throughout. It was a brilliant way to end the album. She's given her flowers to all her influence across all forms of entertainment. She sampled Sun Goddess by Ramsey Lewis,
Okay,
Brazilian Rhyme by Earth, Wind, and Fire,
okay,
and The Girl from Ipanema by Joe Gilberto. Yeah, one of them exotic joints, featuring a Astrid Gilberto.
Mm.
Forget Me Nots by Patrice Rushen. Can you
Mm.
please forget me not? Yeah, yeah, I know y'all familiar.
Mm.
And Butterflies by Michael Jackson.
aka by
Not
her.
not to mention she
Right.
sampled one of her own songs, Say Yes by Floetry.
Right.
Now,
Crazy.
not to mention everybody that she references, bro. Like even the blue alien from doggone that movie.
From
Right.
the Michael Corbin. I can't remember the name of
Yeah.
the movie. Fifth Element. Thank you.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Thank you. I
I
was
like
like,
she went there with like she was really just putting it all out there, all in one song. I was like,
yeah,
what better way
Yeah.
to do it, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know anybody in the game doing that.
yeah.
yeah. And like when I heard it, I felt like it was and maybe because I knew it was the last song, I felt
Mhm,
like it was an outro song.
mhm.
Okay.
And I felt like she saved this for an outro song so she can tell you, like, hey, this is where all these thoughts came from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this would influence these thoughts is
Mhm.
these artists right here. Um, yeah, like the she sounded like the song sounded like brainstorming.
It did.
You know what I mean? Like it sounded like
Did. She
brainstorming on the track.
it did.
And
Start
it's
off with
like
the Al B Shore.
I'm sitting up there, she naming all the people, and I'm like, dang, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you know, so
Crazy. Crazy.
and I know Quinn got to get out of here.
For
Yeah.
sure. Sure. Got you,
You know what I'm
fam.
saying?
Listen,
Everybody say peace to my man Kirk
Everybody
Quinnery.
say peace, sir, Queen, man.
yo,
Queen, man.
another great episode. Hey, I know I'm getting out. Y'all gonna be here a few more minutes, but shout out to the
For sure.
chat. Shout out to everybody who listening. Shout out to everybody who watched who's been watching the promo. Much love, y'all. I'm about to go
Shout
watch
out
it.
New Orleans. Shout out Los Angeles. Hey,
Yep.
About to drive to Oxnard right now, watch a football game.
got
Let's
you.
let's go Burbank Black Hearts.
Yes,
Already,
indeed.
baby.
All
Yes,
right,
Already.
y'all.
indeed.
Peace, fellas.
For
Man.
sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the music on my mind, man, and yeah, like I said, it was like brainstorming on the track, and it was crazy to me. Um, but yeah, I was listening to it again for the last time, and it was late at night,
Yeah.
and I just was thinking about like when she was naming the artist. I'm trying to think about how everybody looked like you know what I'm saying? Like if
Uh-huh.
she named a song that had a video, that thought was in my mind. It was just a lot going on,
Yeah.
and it was interesting, man. But it definitely felt like an outro more than a song.
Yeah.
Um, and
Definitely.
come on,
And what a better way to end it?
come on,
Like an epic outro at that.
right? You know what I
Oh my
mean?
God, man. I can
Peace, Miss
tell
Walker.
you. Peace.
Oh,
That's
that's Mom Dukes.
oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Quinnery moms.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Hey. Shout out.
shout out,
Shout out.
man.
Shout out to Mama Queen.
Yeah,
Mama Queen in the chat.
yeah, man.
Hey,
Super dope project, man.
hey, overall, man, what you think, Key?
Um, Overall, this is a dope project, man. Like it's definitely um, a musician mind type album.
Yeah.
Um, you have to listen to the album for what it is, and not for what you're trying to relate the last album to be, or the album before this, or the first one, and you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, one of those things. So,
Yeah.
um, but overall, this album is incredible. I encourage anybody to go listen to it,
Please.
for sure. You know what I mean? Top to bottom, just let it play. Just let it play.
You ain't gonna have a
Um,
choice.
yeah, let it play and hear
If you
everything
skip
that's going
around, you're
on.
gonna miss you're gonna miss it. You're gonna
Yeah,
miss a lot.
it's definitely not a regular. It's not a regular album. It's definitely a yeah. Uh, it's one of those. It's a lot of different things, musicianship going on.
Yes.
You know, in this project. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I think it was dope.
Yes. I'll go on record as for saying this is a pivotal album in the R&B
Mm,
stratosphere. There's never been an album like it before. I doubt there'll ever be another one like it again.
right.
Um, this is a masterpiece.
Mm,
Nothing less of a masterpiece. We'll be talking about this album for decades to come. If
mm.
she never does another album again, she could walk away from the game free and clear if she wanted to.
And you know what's crazy is like now that you say that, like I know she's thinking like that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before making this project, she kind of was already on the.
She was already on that.
She was already on the like. You know what? Music is not the same.
Mhm.
You know, and I don't know if people appreciate. You know, projects that you take years on. You know,
Yeah.
they want music right away. You
Yeah.
know, I noticed she on that. So when you say like she can walk away,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
after you, if this is your last one,
Yeah. What a laugh.
sheesh, come on, she did a lot. She did a
Man,
lot in there.
man.
You know,
She did too much.
right? I think she done made up. She made up for whatever years you think she
Yeah, she
missed. She missed. She,
she more than did that.
sheesh.
More I don't think she could have pulled this off with anybody else though. Like she needed a Dre
She needed Dre.
to do this. I
You know,
clear like after listening to this multiple times, like the more that I pick apart what's into it sonically
right?
from the production side and also the writing
Yeah,
and the arranging, I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, nobody else. It had to
right.
be somebody that meticulous, somebody
Yeah,
that detailed. It had to take a Dre.
it did.
Nobody else could have pulled this off. And that's no shade to any other producer work they saw out there. Lord knows there's plenty of them. But
Right.
yeah, it took a Dre to do this. This
Crazy.
is award winning. Like I'm telling you, man, they're gonna be talking about this for decades
Ever,
to
man.
come.
Ever. I
Yeah,
love it.
she
I
just
love it.
turned R&B on his head.
I love it.
I love it.
Peace to Marsha and Ambrosius, man.
Peace, peace, peace to
Dr.
Marsha
Dre, like,
Bro.
yeah,
The Queen.
this was dope. Um, you know, it's crazy. Like the pandemic helped create some of the most, you know, incredible piece of work. It kind of like made people sit still,
Yeah.
and from Marsha's, Casablanca created, in the pandemic 2020,
Mhm.
2021. Um, Brandy's B7.
Yeah.
Like There was some stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My man V Keys. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out V Keys, man.
Like it was just some stuff that I remember from that period of time that was created in that time that I'm like, we got some music to listen to. Like,
definitely.
we got some, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy. You know, once I found out that she recorded it during the pandemic, I said, here we go, another one to add in that period of time.
You know what that
music
means,
time,
though? It's a lesson to be learned in that, though. You know what that means?
What's that?
It's in plain sight. I see it plain as day now.
Hmm.
It goes to show you, see what happened, see what brilliant music came out because we were forced to lock in. We were forced to lock in and create. We were forced to. So that just goes to show how much better the music can be if we just locked in.
We lock in. Yep.
Ignore all the extra stuff. Quit being in a rush to put out what you know what I mean?
Yep.
How much more your artistry could elevate if you actually took the time.
Come on.
To not just work on your craft, but to put those songs together. Like really bring your A game. You know what I mean?
Yep. Super dope project, man. Y'all definitely need to listen to this project. Go to your digital platforms now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And if you haven't, you've been under a rock.
Yeah, add it to the library.
Definitely.
And let it play, man. Let it
play. Definitely got some joints on here on the playlist as well.
Yeah. We got any last shout outs before we get up out of here?
Man, shout out to the chat.
Come on.
Shout out to the listeners and everybody that tuned in for holding us down. Hey, this one was a long time coming. Put a lot of work into this one to make sure we got everything right for y'all. Hey, big fans of Marsha and everything that she's done and been attached to, same as Dr. Dre, man. Hey, this has been a real one for everybody, man. It's definitely a big one right here.
Crazy.
Hey, shout out Cleveland, everybody out here, man, that's still recovering from the tornado the other week, man. Hey, if you ain't got power still, man, I pray you get it on, man, ASAP, man.
Yeah, man. Big ups to the chat, man. Big ups to the chat. Yeah. Big up to all the subscribers. Big up to those that's gonna watch this later. You know what I'm saying? Big up to the Marsha and Ambrosius fans. You know, Marsha and Ambrosius fans. Big up to y'all, man. And yeah, man. Y'all know where to find us. Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific time. We're here. We are here. Right? We are here. And we got another one for y'all next week, man. Y'all don't want to miss it. Y'all want to be right here, man. We got some work for y'all. All right. With that being said, we up out this thing.